I did that so much I gave up on relationships. I just said, who needs them, you know? Well, we all need them. We really do all need them. We need that sense of support and love and connection. If we can get rid of the old patterns, and those old patterns are out of our own belief systems. When we come to recognize those belief systems, we can change them and make all things new in our life. My father was a very loving, authoritarian man, and so my pattern was I kept attracting men who were very authoritarian and hating that. You know, but what happens when you grow up with that is that feels like love, you know. Someone who is authoritarian is going to tell you what to do and what not to do to keep you safe. That feels like love, so you gravitate to that. And then it doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like control. And so that kept happening to me to the point that, you know, so I had to ask myself, why am I attracted to these authoritarian men? And I finally realized, because they're like daddy. I thought, well, maybe I could do the last of my daddy work and have that be gone. And I did. I'd have to do that by leaving the relationship, which is painful, and it took me. My first counselors were my ministers in Fort Lauderdale, and I guess I counseled with them for about 2 years before I got out of my 18-year marriage. And the minister said to me years later, she said, "It took you so long to get out of that relationship." And I said, "It did?" You know, because she was just on the end part of it, the last 2 years. But it started happening in a shorter period of time. You know, I'd recognize the pattern. I'd go, "Ouch, this hurts. I think I don't want to do this anymore." And I would get out. But it was still the same pattern, regardless of, you know, the shortness of the time of it. And it got old. There got to be old endings. And that really is when I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And then Bob showed up in my life as a friend. And that actually helped me see some of the patterns that had become comfortable for me in my relationship. But it is interesting because I think my saying, "I don't want to do this anymore," while I thought it was relationships, I meant I don't want to do this pattern anymore. So you have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know, of the whatever pattern you're doing. You can say, "I don't want to do this anymore," because principle is not bound by precedent. Principle, the God that operates according to mathematical law. By mathematical, I mean it's mathematically equal to your beliefs and consciousness, and it is mechanically accurate. So it is operating exactly in your outer as you are believing in your inner. And when you really come to understand that, you realize all you have to do is have a shift in how you think and believe and what you say you want, and then that outpictures. So there is no God punishing you. There is no life punishing you. And there is no separation. You know, if you think about it, if you can't find God, who moved? You know, God doesn't go anywhere, so it's just our awareness of God that we need to work on. And we do that with sacred practice, with just going within, shutting out the outer, and knowing the truth, which is that you are the beloved. You are the beloved, and whom God is well pleased, no matter how bad you think you might have been in your life. You are an expression of the divine, doing the very best you know how. And as you learn better, you'll do better. And you'll experience better, because God has no desire for you to suffer whatsoever. Can you accept that for yourself? All right. And so it is. And now I'm going to ask Reverend Bob to come up and speak some more on old endings. Thank you.